Hi, welcome to the Brick Filmers Guild podcast, hosted by us, the Four Monkeys. On this podcast, we had the extreme pleasure of chatting with Patryk Wawer of Titan Pictures, Titan Humor, Mega Titan, and Little Toys TV. Patryk is a Polish brick filmer who is currently based in Germany. He was originally known for Crossroad, Grand Theft Auto, and the Martian Gothic films in the early 2000s. More recently, he is known for his Minecraft Survival series, Star Wars Rebel series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, and various comedy brick films. He has one of the largest filmographies in brick filming, as he's been releasing approximately one brick film per week since 2015. I want to give an extra quick shout out to our wonderful Patreon supporters, Spuggastew, Frame 5 Studios, Mind Game Studios, Dark Dragon Films, Forest Fire 101, Spencer Katz, Paganimation, and William Osborne. We can't thank you enough for supporting our podcasts. This podcast is sponsored by FX Home, the makers of HitFilm Pro, HitFilm Express, Emerge Pro, and more. HitFilm Express is a free video editing software with professional-grade VFX tools. It's a perfect fit for the average brick filmer's budget. HitFilm Pro is the top choice for video artists worldwide. In a single product, you get editing, compositing, titling, and 3D tools. HitFilm Pro is loaded with tons of professional features. Emerge Pro is a photo editing software that is powerful, easy to use, and a great replacement for what you are using now. Please head over to FX Home to find one of their products that will help you bring your brick films to life. If you would like to help support our podcast, you can do so by becoming a Patreon supporter. Get podcasts at least a week or two before anyone else, and other perks only available to our Patreon supporters. So, without further ado, here's our conversation with Patryk. Hello, Patryk. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for the invitation, Kim.
We're really looking forward to talking to you for a while. I didn't realize until just recently how many channels you have and how many millions of videos you have.
How extensive your library is.
Yes, extensive and incredibly impressive. There's the word.
I had to give myself a little extra time to do my research for you. Your library is quite extensive.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a big. Yeah.
So,
I've been busy.
So, what got you into video, and what got you into brick filming?
I think we have to go back like 20 and a bit years.
Wow.
Back in time. I think it was on high school when I started getting interest into making movies. I think, like around that time it started, like when I was 14, 13, and I wanted to become a movie director, and I was like having the feeling that I can be the best guy in the world. I can be the next Spielberg, and it was this whole thing, and I tried make some live action films. My mother bought me an Video 8 camera system with my really old system, and I was trying to make some movies, but I quickly realized that working with people it wasn't really my strongest thing. I didn't know people willing to do. I had some friends, a cousin, and it never turned out the way I wanted. So I was not feeling successful in that. I think slowly I started like shifting into Lego. Lego got me. I was always playing with Lego. I had a whole city, and a friend of mine, we were rebuilding adventures. Like we were making the van of the A-Team. We recreated that with characters. Nice. We played our own stories. So then we played a lot of stuff with turtle figures, Teenage Mutant Hero turtle figures. So with a friend of mine, we were playing a lot of these things with action figures and Lego and MacGyver. Then you had Centurions, and it's a cartoon Centurions where the heroes, you had heroes, they had like suits on with holes, and when they started to scream, power extreme, then they became an airplane or a truck or something, and then those parts attached. And then at some point I made those attachments out of Lego, and we were playing those adventures. And I think that just slowly translated, like, I can use Lego to make movies. So, and that was before the Lego Studios came out. I was not recording it. I had like small film cameras out of Lego, and I was pretending like I'm playing a film set. So
nice.
That's what I was doing. I was just playing in my head a film, like I'm recording a film. You had like a guy operating the boom, a director, actors, all the vans with all the equipment. So it was pretty cool actually. And then I think in 2000 came this thing. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how it came. Did I myself? Yeah, I started to use my Video 8 camera to record Lego. So I was like pressing the button to record and release it, and then was like, I think 2 or 3 frames per second, and I did like the landing on the Mars I did. And then I think soon after came the Lego Studios set with the webcam, but I saw the price. It was like, I think $150 for a webcam, some software and some bricks. I was like, wait, I can do better. So I went to the store. I found the same webcam. Even better. It was a Logitech QuickCam something before the 4000. 4000 came later. It was a Logitech QuickCam Live or something. And it was actually a little bit better than the one that came with the studios. And yeah, like that it started. I found programs online and started to make stuff. And immediately I was ambitious to make Grand Theft Auto and a 1 hour long film with a lot of cursing and that made no sense.
Well, it's Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Grand Theft. Yeah, well, it's part of Grand Theft Auto. If you launch it now, the first word you hear is the F-bomb. And didn't do anything yet. Just open the game and they start already. So, but okay, that's in that time, when I released that, it wasn't really appreciated. But now, different times. Yeah. But while making while making Grand Theft Auto, it wasn't really stop motion. It was more live action with sometimes some stop motion. And then I think I had Kazaa. There was we had, I think you had Napster, and after was Kazaa. And on Kazaa I found out a lot of Lego animations like the Matrix and other things. And these things got me really inspired. I think I was watching them like 10 times. You had this. I think Spite Your Face Productions had a lot of them. I had like 2 videos with 2001 Odyssey and a Spider-Man, and they were all on Kazaa, and I watched them so many times over and over again. I was like, yeah, this is what I want also to make. But it turned out to be more difficult than I thought. Than I thought. It was like, a couple frames per second, and I wanted quick results, and I thought I was the best one. But I wasn't.
Takes
Quickly
a
realized
lot of patience.
Yeah, I think patience I always had, because I was making kit models and creating models myself from cardboard. So my fingers were pretty handy and they had a lot of patience. But you realize that, okay, for 1 second you need to have so much time, and it wasn't good because I wasn't a good animator at all. It was like, you just if you look at it, but if I look sometimes at it, it's like, choppy, But that's what it was in that time. There were no tutorials. You just had to figure it out yourself, and there were a lot of people who were. I found out brick films, and then like that I realized I'm actually not so good as I thought I am. There were many people who were so good, and then from there on you learn. From there, watching their stuff, we were talking a lot. I think I spent more time in the forums than making actually something, so it was bad. But
how did you publish back then?
Yeah, that was on brickfilms.com. You wrote an email to Jason, and Jason put it up once a while. He updated the website, and I think I was using GeoCities or some other web hosting services that were for free. You had like 50 megabytes that you could upload to, and but that was, let's say, for short videos. That was good. But I had this problem. I knew while I was making Grand Theft Auto, I made 2 other videos. I was like, one of them was SS5 Moccasin, and there were 2 Martian Gothic videos. And these were fairly small, and I think I used a real-time encoder, so they were like 2 megabytes per second at, I think, 360 by 240. And it was looking good, and it was small, and I used some GeoCities or something else, I don't remember, for hosting it, and then I sent it to Jason, and Jason put it on his website, and he wrote a small review, and yeah, that really every time made my day when he put it up. I came every day back to his website. Did he update it? Did he update? And then once in a while he did. Then you had cool brick film movies. He also was doing the same way, but was less popular. And then forums. Yeah, later at the forums you could announce. But I had this problem with Grand Theft Auto. I knew it's going to be 1 hour. It's going to be probably couple hundred megabytes. How am I going to do that? So for that I purchased web hosting, and I had to pay the bill for it, like I think $50 a month.
Ow.
Yeah, it was now $40 a month, and I had like bandwidth of I think so many gigabytes. I had 25 gigabytes on monthly transfer, but trust me, that was in one day depleted. After the release, yes, it was like, it went fast. It was like a couple thousand downloads, and it was gone. The bandwidth was gone. So there was a website that were doing Grand Theft Auto mods. They were doing or something. They were a Grand Theft Auto game website, and they said, in return that you put a banner to us, we will put your video on our server, and they can unlimited download it. So that solved the problem, and that was in 2002. Yeah, that was in 2002, and then up till YouTube came in 2005, but I wasn't using it. We had like in 2002, 2003, we had the Internet Archive, and you could upload there and use that as your web hosting, thing. Yeah, as your storage. Yeah, now we have Google Drive or YouTube. It's for people who never did this. Yeah, they don't know. Now
right.
It is so easy. The tools are so easy. Everything is. Your mobile phone is a mobile movie studio nowadays. So
Definitely.
It can make you rich if you want to. But back in the days, publishing, and creation, it became easier with a webcam. But publishing was a problem, and then to be found out, you had to make a lot of noise on the forums, which I did, maybe a bit too much. I learned some lessons from that. I learned a lot of lessons. Yeah,
Life is all about learning lessons. So the more you can learn and improve yourself and make yourself better in whatever way, then that's always a good thing.
Exactly. I'm a bit mean with that. Like yesterday, I asked my daughter of 5, and what have you learned today? She couldn't say. I said, I learned something today, and it is like this. But as an old guy, you keep learning.
Well, they say you're supposed to learn one new thing a day. So if you can learn one new thing a day, then that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's you need to make mistakes, and you don't need to be afraid of making them. I made a lot of mistakes on my road to where I am now, and I'm still making a lot of mistakes. And there are many there are many reasons for this and many explanations, but it just goes as it goes. Sometimes things just go the way they go, and you can't help it. And even if you know how to help it, things just still go that way because you're in this yeah.
Yeah, you have
It's
to.
like in the circle, that in this vicious circle that keeps you doing things the way you do things.
Well, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has to accept that. I mean, we're
Yeah,
human. We make mistakes. If we didn't make mistakes and we were perfect, we'd be robots.
Sometimes the
So,
best learning lesson is to know when you've made a mistake and how to correct it.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That you also need to know that it is a mistake. I think somebody told me once, if you don't know that you made a mistake, then you will not know that you made a mistake, and therefore you will learn nothing. So, and when you do your stuff alone at home, you do your brick filming, and you just do your stuff, you publish it, even if you get comments from your audience. Most of the time, you get praise, and even if you make something that isn't just so good, you still get praise. And once in a while you get something that is going to change your mind, but you know then it all depends how you're going to deal with it. When somebody gives you a comment that isn't just you're not gonna like it. I got like one time a comment. It was on my first or second episode of Teenage Mutant Turtles, and he said your animation is rigged. And I looked, who is this guy? Does he animate? Is he who the peep is this guy? It was just a user, just a guy, just maybe was a woman. I don't know, but just a user. I went to his account, channel, nothing, but it woke me up. I looked again at my stuff, and I was like, indeed, it looks rigged. I need to change it. And then, and that was far, that was in 2013. So that was like already 12, 13 years in my big filming career. So, I could say I know better. I spent so much time, but no, you just don't know. You think you know. And yeah, there are these comments that are not nice to hear, but they learn a lot. Let's say you can take some value out of it, and even if maybe the person didn't meant it like that, or just posted something maybe out of boredom, but it did something to me, and it changed my whole approach to this, willing or unwilling of the person who wrote the comment.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, some people that they do just they're just hateful and they will just give you a thumbs down or write a nasty comment, which really is not deserving. But other times people will give you nice criticism, and yeah, it's up to you just to take it and to learn from it and not to let it bother you. Sometimes it's a true criticism which you can actually improve. Like Forrest, he said when people used to bag, on his videos, he would just take it and make himself better so that it inspired him to do better so that they couldn't say that again. Oh, you're saying this about my video? Well, I'll improve that.
I'll show you.
And then you can't do it anymore. So, but sometimes you're just going to have some that are just nasty, and you just have to learn to ignore those.
There's constructive criticism and destructive criticism, and both will motivate you to do better. But the destructive stuff is harder to take, but sometimes you learn more from it.
Yeah, you do, and it can challenge exactly what Forrest is saying. He's challenging himself just to go to the ultimate thing, and yeah, that's great. That's the spirit, and the question is only how far can you go, I think you will never make everybody happy. There is, you always get a dislike.
Definitely.
There are just people, they press that dislike just for the fun of it, or they press by mistake, and then, you can take it bad, or you can take it whatever, as long I think the majority likes it, and majority of your comments praise you, and even the criticism is constructive of there is always going to be something, it's always. So, but it's a nice challenge. Yeah, it's absolutely a great spirit.
Yeah, definitely. You can never please everyone. No matter what you do, you will never please everyone. But even if somebody left a comment on your video, even if it was bad, hey, they still watched your video and took the time to comment. So that's a win for you.
Sometimes the one who say something negative are the one who who really stared at your thing. It's like what I'm saying sometimes, we look at beautiful women, but we stare at the ugly one. So.
Just say, hey, well, thanks for the view. You made a comment, yeah. So hey, thanks for the view. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it is something, and if they watch the ad, even better. So
right.
It broadcasts something. So in the end, yeah, I think with content and I think maybe more in my case, I have content where I do really care about the comments, where the feedback I really appreciate to hear it, and I have videos where I just really don't care. Because they are not made for comments, they are made for views.
Right.
And that's the thing, yeah, and yeah.
Well, you were quite the pioneer. You were one of the pioneers. You came in before we did. We were more of a part of that first generation of YouTubers. You were the pre-YouTube generation, but you stopped brick filming for a little while, or stopped publishing. Probably from 2006 to 11. Does that sound about right?
2004, I believe, was 2003 or 2004 was my last video that I made, and or let's say that I published, and then I did something stupid because I was like, I want to make a Blade Runner movie. I want to make my own Blade Runner. I was playing the Blade Runner game, the Westwood Blade Runner game from 97, and I was so crazy about that game. And I said I want to make my own Blade Runner movie based on the game. So I gathered a whole team of people, and yeah, we were just making that thing. We spent 6 months writing a screenplay. It was awesome, but I got more and more ambitious with each step. So first it had to be Lego stop motion. Then I was like, no, we're gonna do a CGI because then we can do it with the team online with a couple guys. And then I did some tests with human animation in 3ds Max, and I was like, hey, yeah, I think I can do it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I really thought. Just the ambition went above my head. And then you had a game that was going to be published in 2006, the movies. And I thought, yeah, we're gonna use the movies to make. We're gonna use the game. We're gonna use that game, the movies, to make the Blade Runner film. It went all to a big pile of nothing. I think my interest lost, and I wanted to do other things. So. I think from that time till 2010, I was busy with other things.
Life and everything.
Yeah, life. Yeah, especially I was discovering life. Yes,
right,
that's what
right.
I was doing, and I discovered it. Yeah,
cool.
So much that I discovered so much that I was ready to start brick filming again in 2010, and I had a personal story that I turned it into an over-ambitious project. And then I realized, no way, you need to do something small. But that's just how it turned out.
But that's good, because you learned from that and realized what works for you and what you don't want to do. It makes you enjoy the other things more.
You had to. It was time to discover other things than brick filming. And yeah, I think, when I was doing that brick filming, I was doing it in all my spare time. Later, I was doing gaming. Spend a lot of time gaming. And now it's a bit mixture of both, but less time. You just search for things that you want to do. You search your identity, your style. Even up to today, I battle with myself. What should I do? What is it? And what is it that I want? And then I can give an answer to this, but and there is always this but. It's like you need to achieve one thing to do another thing, and that battle's always in my mind. But okay, well, it got me back. Like in 2010, it got me back. And then I think I was living then in Amsterdam, and my personal situation was like, I want to get out of here, and a friend of mine was in Berlin, so I moved to Berlin. And I think in 2011 I got an email from a French company, and they wanted to make me to a commission, and film and brick film for them, for their client. I was like, wow, okay, cool, I can do it. We had a phone call in broken English, but we agreed on the price, and I had no Lego at all. I had only my camera and Dragon frame that I purchased, because in Amsterdam when I started again, I purchased the program and I purchased the camera. So I had some stuff, but I had like a couple minifigures just for testing, and that was it. And I was like, how am I going to make this project? I have nothing. And but they sent me some money, and with a friend of mine, we went to the Lego store here in Berlin, the official Lego store, and for a lot of Lego there back then, houses, those modular houses, and that got me back actually. Once that was finished, I said I want to get back to it. I didn't know exactly how I want to get back. I was making like commercial stupid things, but then I saw that in 2012, I think it was, that they are going to release the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. And I was like, that's it. This is my opportunity. This will become a success. I will make Lego Turtle series. And this is going to get me a lot of views, and it's going to get me some money. And this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, full time. I will quit my job.
Wow. And
it happened like that.
If you don't mind me asking, are you a lighting designer?
Yes. Well, yes. That's what I was doing for 10 years.
Okay. Is that where your nickname came from, Whole Hog?
Yeah. Whole Hog was the operating computer. Yeah, the lighting, the light jockey thing. Yeah, Whole Hog.
Okay. Well, definitely your lighting background does show up in your brick films, because your brick films, one of the highlights of them is the lighting. It's just gorgeous lighting on the most of your brick films. It's wonderful stuff.
Thanks. Thanks.
Cool.
No, I'm glad to hear that.
I just want to say, because a lot of people may not realize how many channels you have, and not just channels, but incredibly successful channels. Even I had no idea. And they all have lots of subscribers, loads of views, amazing content, and it's just beyond impressive, you keeping up all those different channels. And obviously all the links that you have: Titan Pictures channel, Titan Humor channel, Mega Titan, Little Toys TV. I guess that your three main ones: Titan Pictures, Titan Humor, Mega Titan. Are those your three main ones, would you say?
No, the four ones that you mentioned.
Oh, and the Little Toys TV.
Little Toys was, let's say, the cash cow.
Oh yeah, that's over 1 million subscribers. Wow.
Yeah. It was really booming. It was it was a financial success, and it still is. It is not what it used to be, but it still keeps things on. But those four indeed, Mega Titan is like, it waits. It's like a sleeping beauty. When I have finally the time and financial resources, that I don't need to worry about the money. That is what I want to do, just to do Mega Blocks animations with especially those figures. I like it. It's so difficult. But that's the challenge, to animate those little action figures, and that is like my goal, where I want to come out. And yeah, Titan Pictures was like my first channel in 2008. I put there the first videos that I had from pre-YouTube time. Some were controversial, more or less. I think one was worth to mention is SS5 Moccasin. Yeah, there is one more that is worth to mention. But I don't know if you want to talk about that one or not.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. But your submarine one, your first one, the original one was excellent. It had some great chroma keying and all that. It was definitely one of the highlights of your pioneer days.
Yeah, I really enjoyed making that. That felt like this is the stuff that I want to make. This was representing my personal interests. So it was how it was. If you look back at it, yeah, okay, different times, different things, but it was the first submarine. It was the first Lego submarine movie ever made. So yeah, it was special in that time.
It was definitely special. I watched that yesterday, and
cool. Well, actually, you watched the remake.
Oh, that was the remake one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The first one was good, but the remake might be my favorite brick film you've produced. I love that. I actually am kicking myself for not prodding you into entering that into the last year's film festival, Brick Filmers Guild Film Festival.
Which movie?
The Moccasin, the second one.
Yeah.
The one you released last year.
Yeah, SS5, the last one. Yeah,
the last
the
one.
remake.
It's just gorgeous.
Okay,
all the water effects, the torpedoes. I think you had some CGI in there, but just even loading the torpedoes into the I'm not as sure what it's called, but where they launched the torpedoes out of the submarine was it's beautiful film. I love the lighting and the drama.
It is all stop motion. Only the backgrounds are CGI. The water is CGI, but everything is stop motion. And it was also filmed at 2 ways, 24 and 12 frames per second, in depending on how fast things had to move. At the release of the torpedo was at 24 frames, therefore it looks so fluid. And and a lot of color correction, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first time that I've ever heard Dave say, I don't even know how he did that water. I mean, usually I'm the one that says, how did he do that? But Dave actually was the one that said it on that one. And
once a year I decide to make, let's say my plan was every year I make one big project that really represents my skills, really represents what I like to do, really represents me. And that was SS5 Moccasin was one of them. It was actually supposed to be a longer film with more dialogue and a longer story. But I wrote this with Tracer Films. With Tracer Films, we wrote together a lot of projects. He helped me do all the Star Wars stuff. But I was always animating. And we agreed that it should be shorter. It was originally 17 pages, so that would be 17 minutes. But it was unworkable. It was just too long. So we cut out the middle and we made it a fast-paced action film without proper introduction, but straight onto the attack. Not like in the original when they first have to approach the submarine, they prepare. No, it is just like, the submarine approaches and fire and we are into the action immediately. And yeah, I'm glad it became like 6 or 7 minutes, so that was pretty good. And then you had, like a couple of years before, you had a Mega Block film, which was Escape from Chernobyl. Mm-hmm. And that was also one of the things I put a lot of effort into it. And I think the Pripyat city in the beginning was a composite shot. I just like to do these things once a year to have one good big project that is really standing out from the rest. And then you wonder yourself, a guy who does silly comedy on Titan humor and brick building on little toys, something that you would not expect. And then I was like very happy to see the comments and the reactions like, yes, I did it, I can still do it. But I'm not so arrogant anymore as I was in the past. I really take it with a lot of love, and it's like, a lot of appreciation. It's totally different than how it was, the way of thinking and accepting compliments than in the past. It really does me well, because I know I made so many projects that just were not good. And even if I tried, they were just not good. They didn't work. Something was missing.
Well, obviously you found that missing piece.
Yeah, well, I would like to redo it, but this is the thing that it battles with me. Is it, should I go for the money, or should I go for art? And I think maybe I should just wait with the art and go for the money. So when YouTube is weird. I think that the golden time of releasing something on YouTube and having 1 million views within a week, these times are pretty much over. I have like a list of other channel creators, of other brick filmers who mostly you can say that their content is purely made for the money. And it's not the same anymore. The numbers of views are not the same anymore. They used also to get quickly 1 million or more within a week. Little Toys did that very quick. But it's since almost a year it's changed, and especially after the COPA thing came in.
Yeah, things have definitely
devastated a lot of channels.
Yeah, true. Wait, something else I have to mention on the SS5 moccasin that you released last year. One of the many things that stood out, not just in this, but in a lot of your videos, is the voice acting. While I was watching it, I thought for sure that it was a soundtrack to a movie, and I had to look at the description underneath the video and at the end to make sure, wait, was that really not a movie soundtrack that you used? Because it was so realistic. The voices were so incredible. I just couldn't believe that it was just something, a whole made up story that you did with voice actors.
The way it was, I think over the time with Tracer Film, we made a contact with some voice actors, and so we knew who is good and who isn't. And then after a while, I started to pay them. So when I had like the first projects they did for me, they were like, for nothing, and then at some point I started to pay voice actors, and then I knew, then the people that I pay, I know they are good, and it is just I felt it better, I'm going to make some money of it, so it's let them also share some. They work for me, so you cannot let them work for free. So we found like the right voice actors, and the music was also custom written, so everything had to be unique.
Yeah, that was awesome. It adds to the realism, so it really makes a huge difference. It really stood out for me.
That was the goal. Like I think the Minecraft 4th movie had voice actors that was quite well done. Had very good voice acting.
Definitely.
But the music was just library stuff. The project was just too big to have custom music score in it. It also was financial flop in the end, so yeah. So it was good not to take that risk. And SS5 was not made with intention of earning money. These are those projects like Escape from Chernobyl and SS5. They are not made with intentions of making any return of money. I thought really the thing will get 50,000 views and that's it, because who is going to want to watch, or they maybe want to watch, but who is going to look for a Lego submarine? And then how is YouTube going to put it into their algorithm and suggest it? How they gonna do that? I thought this movie makes not much chance, but it will be pretty good film, so it will get some views. So I was like 50,000. Yeah, that's going to be a huge success. But in the end, it was like over 200,000. So it was like, it
deserved it. So I'm happy about that. Well deserved.
So was it with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where you found your first real big success? I mean, I think that might have been your first million view videos.
Yeah, I think the second episode did somewhere like this. It was like quite well. The first did slow, and well, there are many reasons why. The first and the second episode, there is a huge contrast between the story and production value. Second, that I really put a lot of effort into it. It was a bit longer. YouTube preferred longer videos, so you just did those tricks. They were a bit too dark. That's a bit the negative side. Also for the thumbnail, they were too dark. But it worked. It worked. A lot of the effort that I put into the second episode, it worked. And then the third came easy, fourth, fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh. And then I assembled the whole thing together, and yeah. Well, it was big.
Yeah, I think I have a note. The second one really stood out. I think you had the turtles doing some flips and things like that, and the car chase was really amazing. And I just like the style of those. Had the cartoon anime type effect, of the kind of split screen, cool looking effects. So it was a cool series, and that was written, you said, by Tracer Films as well.
Yeah, the first episode I wrote myself, and then he contacted me and said, well, about music. He said, you can use music from the 2012 series, because nobody holds rights over that.
We were wondering about that. Good, that's awesome.
So there is some score used from 2012. Oh no, not 2012. Sorry, from 2003 series.
Okay.
There is an empty hole about 2003 series. Nobody knows who holds the rights to it. It's like a gem that they want to forget. So, but it's actually pretty good. He told me, go watch it. It is good. And I was like skeptical, because when I saw the first episode, the way it was drawn, it was like they look weird. But the narrative, the whole thing was good, because the episodes followed up each other. Like, unlike the 87 show, it was like mixed bag. Every episode was something else. And 2003 was one huge story. It was
one arc.
It just split in parts, and that was like, hey, well, that's fantastic. And I watched the whole thing. I think 2 or 3 seasons. It was 2 or 3 episodes. I watched it within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
and then Tracer Films, he said, I can also help you writing, because your English isn't so good. Now we have Grammarly, so it helps a lot. But and some experience. But in that time, it was great help. So and he was a great fan of Turtles. So it was a match made in heaven. We wrote it. We had a lot of fun.
Excellent. As a little side shoot, I believe I saw a note saying that you speak 4 different languages. What are they?
Yes. Dutch, Polish, German, and English.
Wow.
Okay.
Impressive.
I wasn't sure on the fourth one whether it was Dutch or Russian, so Dutch. Okay.
German. Yeah. Let's say, but first Polish, then comes Dutch, and English. I learned I started to learn it very easy, early, but I never liked it until I had to. And now it's German. Now, coping more and more. Yeah, I can speak it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're Americans. We speak one language.
Yeah, but it's one language that gets you everywhere, so that's the benefit of it.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can benefit from knowing more than one language. It's not just speaking. There's a sort of you can think you can think around things and having different language skills.
Yeah, it has a benefit.
Right. So you and Tracer Films teamed up again and wrote a really cool series, the Star Wars Rebel series, Separatist. It was really awesome, and I think it totally added up to like about a 40-minute movie.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
It was originally written as Rebels, indeed, because in that time the Lego it wasn't Lego Star Wars. It was just Star Wars Rebels. The cartoon was going to come out, and like that, just to benefit from their title, to get some attention to do the show. Yeah, it was called Rebels, and it worked. It worked.
Definitely.
The first 2 episodes had a lot of views. After it dropped, and we were working on that in the beginning. what the mistake that we did, it was we wrote an episode, and then we animated. There was, of course, I animated it, and then once it was finished, okay, what is going to be the next episode? And that could give sometimes some trouble. And it's because at some point we were like, yeah, but if we had this or this later on in the story, you realize you want to have something introduced, but it's difficult because you didn't do it in the beginning. So you can't go back anymore unless you do that and you shoot that, you change that for the full movie release. But it was never really that plan. So that was really a mistake. But this mistake I kept doing till the 4th season of Minecraft.
I like the lightsaber because Dave's been working on his lightsaber effects, and they're not quite to where that I really liked them. But I when we were watching, I was like, see, I like his lightsaber. It looks good.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. I hated to do that. It was like you spend the whole day on doing visual effects, and I think in the beginning, I did the first. That was funny. The first lightsabers were done in 3ds Max. They were composed completely 3D. Yeah, so that's why they're so good, because they are not just rotoscoped in After Effects, but they are rotoscoped in 3ds Max.
Wow.
So they match the parallax and the perspective and the camera angle and all this stuff. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It was done. It was a lot of work. It was, yeah. In that time, I had some more time, so it was not like every week a video. So I was like, financially not yet so much depending on this. So you have more time. So therefore, the quality was higher, and therefore just the production was more complex. I just could spend one day on doing crazy stuff that normally is like, okay, it takes too much, take it out. And that's what it became later. You had to make shortcuts. But okay, later I found out that in After Effects you can do it just as good, but a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm. Are you still using After Effects?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've recently stopped because I didn't need all the extra bells and whistles that I didn't know how to use, and I found that HitFilm Pro definitely worked for me just fine.
We also couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. It costs like $50 a month, and then you get a lot of programs, and that's just the question: do you need it or not? Yeah, I'm just like, I know Adobe since the beginning. I had Adobe Premiere 1.0 since '95 or something. So I was like, everything has to be Adobe, even if the pro. Yeah, I think every program is a bit different in their interface. They become now more similar. But it's like, okay, it's one package for me. And yeah, in my case, I was like, if I can't afford it, then I do something wrong.
Well, I think with the whole cloud, I use maybe 3 of the programs on there, and it just, just didn't work quite for me.
Well, and plus you weren't doing it full time, so it wasn't, you can't spend that much money on something that you only use once in a while. It just wasn't worth it.
Exactly. If you just do it as a hobby or something, and then you don't have to even raise this question. If I can't afford it, I do something wrong. It has nothing to do with that. You just do it as a hobby. Yeah, there are people who do this as a hobby and they have Avid Pro and whatever, but that's up to them, I think HitFilm Pro, I did a couple stuff with it in the past because I couldn't do it with After Effects, and I loved it. I think I even told you just try it out, because it is for a tool that costs nothing. It does exactly the same thing, just as good.
Definitely.
Yeah. One of the things I do like about it is the compositing is built into the program instead of it being 2 programs talking to each other. It's one program with and if you're doing compositing, you don't have to have two programs open. It's all the same. You know, and it works pretty much the same. There's things it might not do as well, but there's things I find easier to use with it. So it's just, for me, definitely works for me. But if I imagine if you're definitely on the 100% pro level, sometimes it works to have the Adobe, especially if you're used to it.
Yeah, but Adobe is also crashing from time to time. Then you do something for like, you forget to save, and then you just open a folder and it's crashing. It's like frustrating. So it is also sometimes garbage, but it is what it is. This is what I can afford. I cannot afford more, and learning something else I'm not willing to. It's just yeah, I have to do with what I have, and that's it. What I do use I have the Ignite Pro from HitFilm. You can have all those effects that you have in HitFilm, the explosions, the bullet fire, the bullet shooting, and some other extra, all the effects, let's say, that are in HitFilm Pro. You can buy them, and you can integrate them into your Adobe Premiere, but as well After Effects, and that's
nice.
what I'm using, this module.
That's great.
Very, very handy. So you need to have, so for a mega blogs video where they need to shoot, or a war movie, I need some how you call it, the gunfire. Yeah, just you click and drag it from that module, and you do it all in Adobe After Effects, and that's very cool feature that they did.
Yeah,
definitely
cool. So I guess let's get into Minecraft. You have a lot of Minecraft videos. I think your series Survival has 4 seasons with over 65 episodes or so, and a wonderful story going through the entire thing. And this, I believe, was co-written or written also by Tracer Films, correct?
No.
Okay.
This I did all alone.
Oh, okay.
He was involved in the 4th season to help me with the dialogue.
Okay.
So the story, I pretty much, I think the 4th season. Let's wait with that. I think let's start with the 1st season and why I actually started that whole Minecraft thing. I don't think it was 2014 or something, and the Lego Minecraft sets came out, and I was still doing my Star Wars, my Turtles, and then came Minecraft, and I said to my wife, if you buy me that stuff, I said this Minecraft thing, I'm pretty sure I can make something out of it, and it will make millions. It will make me million views. I'm 100% sure. Okay, come then, let me buy you. I said, no, keep your money. I don't even know what to do with it. So a couple of weeks later, a friend of mine, he's also brick. He was known for mini figure maniacs. He was making very cool stuff in that time. He doesn't do stop motion anymore. He's completely finished with it. He hates it. And he was making wonderful things with Ninjago and Turtles fighting. Very skillful. And he made the Minecraft video, and it didn't work. It didn't got enough views. And I said, how can it? I said, James, how can it be? You made a Minecraft video. It should get you a lot of views. No, I don't know what's going on with it. I said, I told you, YouTube is pure luck. You cannot influence it. It is just, it is just the way it is. I said, no. I will prove you that a Lego Minecraft video is going to be successful, and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And it was 8:00 in the evening, and I made a promise. So I was like, okay, tomorrow morning I'm gonna bring my oldest to his kindergarten. After that, with the smallest one, I go still in how we call it, in the baby, in the stroller, or it was a big stroller. Now with her, I go to Toys R Us. I'm gonna buy 2 Minecraft sets, and then I'm gonna animate it. And in the time that I'm traveling, that's the time that I will think about the story. So I had like 2 hours to think of a story, and then I bought the sets, I came home, I animated the thing. It was called Lego Minecraft Love Story. I worked for it. I worked on it for 3 days or something. I released it. It didn't really work in the beginning, so I started to tweak on the keywords, on description, and all this stuff. And then it worked. And then I saw, hey, it's moving. They are coming. People are watching it. It's a success. And then look, it worked. It worked. It's a success. And then, of course, I was like, okay, this is going to make me the money that I need to be independent. I can make brick filming really a daytime job. I did the second one. The second one wasn't so successful because you push it. You think, you get cocky, you just get confident. You get confident. You think it's going to work. But it's not going to work. It worked because you had the momentum. The way YouTube works, it's all about the momentum of your channel. So I had the momentum, so I could make something completely garbage and it would have still worked. But and it's funny, I have not played Minecraft before. I think I did those 2 Minecraft videos, and I have never played Minecraft before. I just quickly looked online. What is Minecraft? What do you do there? What can you do with it? Okay, you just walk around and chop. Okay, well, like he came with the idea. He chops parts of a female and he makes his own character. It was completely, anti-Minecraft rules ever. But then I got interested in this. Okay, what is Minecraft? Let me play it. So I started to play it. It was like, how about, that's what I was playing, the survival. I turn it into a Lego animation. Yeah, and it blew up. The first season did numbers I have not seen before. Not before that time. I've seen after even bigger numbers, but I was really like, wow, and it was really growing. 1 million a month, 2 million a month, 3 million a month, 4 million, 5 million. Those who are partnered with YouTube, they know how much money that translates to. So at some point, 10 million views a month. I was like, yeah, this is good. And then, then came the big movie, and that did even bigger. I think right now we are like 40 million, over 40 million views.
Wow.
And then. Yeah, then the thing is, that's a bit. You actually become a slave. You dig your own grave with this because you do something to survive. Then you realize at some point, okay, I did this Minecraft, and in order for me to survive financially, I will need to keep doing this. But at some point kicks this tiredness of this. It's like, okay, I did the first season, fine. Second season, I was still, in the beginning, I was very motivated. But then you discover other things. You want to do other things because somehow it goes, you can make a living out of it. You don't, this is your job. And then your fantasies kick in. I want to do something. Then I found out about mega blogs, and I was like, oh, Call of Duty mega, that's what I want to do. But yeah, you just have to keep doing these things. And then I did it till the 3rd season. I was like sick of it. It's like, okay, the 3rd season I completely rushed and this mumbling and this. I was like sick of it. But it could never let me go because, once a while, Lego is releasing teasers. Yeah, in December, we will have new Lego sets. Oh, in the summer, we will have new Lego Minecraft sets.
And you're like, yay!
Yeah, and I look at them, and I'm literally drooling, and I'm like, oh, my, this is so beautiful. They are so cute. I want to make something with it. And there it goes again. And then I think I was on holiday. And then I stupidly announced Lego Minecraft 4. I said, okay, let's do it. And I announced it and just gonna do it. And I was like, what should it be? A reboot or a continuation of the story? And it's like long conversations about it with my wife. Normally these sessions are, I'm talking, she's listening, and she's giving her feedback. But I said, no, it's not good. It cannot be like this. You need to listen. Let me talk. Because when I talk, my mind is working. Then I evolve. But yeah, it was said the fourth season is coming, but the story wasn't there. But I kept something about the book. Steve is going to find the book. Steve is going to find the book. And it was like written like a whole new reboot. And I think one day when I was driving, I just like, hey, I got it. They Steve and Ben, they will find a book, a magical book that allows them to travel between realms. It's like a portal, magic portal book. And they will end up in a realm where it's bad, where is this bad guy, and they will be the heroes. They will free the slaves and go back home as heroes. Simple, but I was in love with that story, and I said they need to have voices. There's no more mumbling. Gonna write everything in advance. All the episodes are gonna be wrote in advance. And all those episodes, they must be, once they are assembled, that they are one seamless movie. Okay, there were 2 episodes that were like fillers with Tom and Dan. They were like, it was like you needed to have something else, but they were not part of the main movie. They were just like sidekicks in between, which eventually I liked Tom and Dan even more than Steve and Ben. So that was like, when that season was finished, it was like, yeah, it's finally done. But the thing was, it was never the same success anymore as it was. It was production value was much higher. The audience didn't like it. It just didn't work. Maybe then I had a lot of conversations why it was not a success. What's wrong? And there are a lot of theories to this, but yeah, I think I know why, and that I try to, let's say, not happen again, and therefore, let's say, was a new series started, which some thought it's the 5th season, but it is not.
Well, I have to say I'm like the outcast in our family because, one, I'm the only one that has never done stop motion. And 2, I'm the only one that has never played Minecraft. So even though I've watched them play, so I'm very familiar with it. When we were watching, Dave, you put so many details and special effects that you don't expect, and it makes it so impressive and takes your videos to the next level. And as he's watching it, and I recognize it too, all of the details that looked like the actual video game, which is incredible.
It had a very Minecrafty look to him.
Like when you're breaking the bricks and you swapped it out with the brick to make it look like it was cracking, and then it. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing.
The mason brick, I believe. Yeah.
But for me, since I don't play Minecraft, I loved the talking. I thought it made it so charming, and it made it fun for me to watch.
Which
from
talking,
a different
the mumbling or the actual season 4? So.
Yeah, season 4 with the actual talking. Yeah. I loved it. It made it so special for me and adorable, and obviously, as always in your videos, the voices were great, and I just really enjoyed it.
And I think the voices were great, and it's funny you say the voices are great in the videos, because in the beginning, the pre-YouTube era, I was doing voices myself. I was hearing only negativity. Everybody was so negative. Your voices are so bad. Because, I had the accent. I was even hiring people that were not even native English speakers. So, they were French, Norwegian, and they were doing voices for me. And it was like, it wasn't just good enough. They did their best, everybody did his best, but it wasn't like that. And that was one of those lessons that I took to my heart once I came back to brick filming in with Turtles, that the voices must be good. And now it is wonderful to hear from you the praise that about the voices. So that was like a huge thing for me to be so bashed about it, and now to hear that's a very 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 heartwarming compliment. Thank you.
It definitely stood out for me. So I
will say though, even though the mumbling part I found charming, I wasn't as keen into reading everything, but that's just life. But I actually found it very Minecrafty, the mumbling, so it didn't detract from anything. It just made for a lot of reading. And in season 4 you had the actual acting. But when you go to your newest series, which is
Clan Wars.
Clan Wars. Thank you. Which I just finished the other day, and I really loved that one. It's the same characters, but a total, it's a different feel. It's got this whole group of bad guys that are quite vicious, and I enjoyed the newest series. I hope you definitely continue those.
I will have to find time for it. That's a bit the struggle I have with it right now. That's a battle I have with myself at the moment. But I will have to solve it, or maybe I will not finish it. I don't know. It is very uncertain. What will be the next thing? And I try to figure it out. And
Have you beaten the game Minecraft?
No.
Neither have I. I think I've been to the final whatever Ender world or whatever with the dragon, and I maybe looked around, but I didn't bother. I enjoy the more almost SimCity kind of feel Minecraft has. I'm less interested in the whatever story there is to it, but I'm kind of addicted to it on and off. I'll play it a whole bunch for a week or two, and then I'll put it down for a few months.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Yeah.
There isn't much story to it. That was just, I think I explained that in one of the making ofs. It's like Minecraft has no story to me. So you just start the world. You're not, it's not like Rust where you start naked or something, but you start with nothing. And you create your own world. It's survival, but there are no side quests. There are no things. Later on, they implement it. You can find a quest, and you can find a chart. You can do something, but it is still not an adventure game. Now they will release, or they have released the dungeons, Minecraft dungeons. That's story-driven gameplay, and that's Minecraft original isn't. There is no story. You can make your own story by playing with friends, and I think I was like questioning myself. What is this? If this was a game, this Minecraft survival series, what I'm making, what is it? And it would be actually an online session, like guys playing this together online, and they create their own adventure. That is actually pre-pillagers. Once you pillagers, now that you have pillagers, and it adds a new dimension. It's like now you have some real bad guys to fight against. But in the first 4 seasons, you could say these are just the guys that joined the online game. They joined the server and they play it. It's like a Minecraft gameplay, but executed with Lego.
Yeah, I mean,
a bit more cinematic.
Minecraft continues to be very popular all these years later. It don't seem like they took a break for a little while playing, but now it's come back again full force, and Dave plays probably almost every day, don't you?
Recently, watching all your Minecraft videos kind of got me wanting to play a little bit more.
That's good.
I've got a pretty good system. I can get a boatload of gems after I've developed, get all the people in the village. I got just villagers coming out everywhere, and
you got different color sheep, and that's really cool.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got my multicolored sheep farm.
Imagine, I haven't gotten so far with that game. I think I could survive for a couple of days, and then it's like, I have enough. I had more fun making it than playing it.
Well, yeah, you don't really want to do both. That's kind of overkill, isn't it? When you're making it, it's like you're playing it, but in your own, you're making your own Minecraft story.
But I do that with Lego, and in the Minecraft game itself, for me, it's hard to find a story. And then I get quickly bored because there are other games that I like to play, and they have a bit more story. So it's like, okay, let's go back there. My hand starts to itch, and I want to play something else, and this can't keep keep my attention for a very long time. I love games where you build something. SimCity games, I spend a lot of time. But I was also younger. I had more time. Now I don't have so much time. So it is. I need to think very good. What am I going to play if I'm going to play? Because I have only so much time. And yeah, before I think Civilization. I played Civilization from the whole night. I was like, oh, I'm hearing birds. It's time to sleep. It's normally time to wake up, but yeah. And Train Simulator, but that was more level building.
Yeah.
But Civilization, I spent so much time. SimCity 4, yeah, amazing amount of time. A waste of time, I would say. If I look back, it is not a waste of time, absolutely not, because gaming is like a holiday. So you have a wonderful holiday that lasted so long, and that's okay. But I can't just afford going on such long holidays anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
And I like to have so many holidays. There are so many games that I like. I do also now gaming channels, and then you also partly play games as part of your daytime job. Now, lucky these are the games that I personally like. Let's say, I like them there. Yeah, but I would like to do a U-boat game, but it's not gonna be. But okay. But yeah, that's like the holiday now. But private, private work and yeah.
That's probably why I play the FIFA soccer, because you can play a game and then you're done. You're
exactly,
not stuck there for 5 hours playing it. Are you working on any passion projects at the moment? Something big coming up?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
The studio is the thing is we're in the middle of building our house. So once that is finished, I will have much more space. My space here is pretty full. All those years, Lego boxes came in, and some of them are still unpacked. I have no more place where to put stuff. So when you build something, like I had, when I started doing the 5th season, I was building a lot of houses and stuff, and I was like, okay, I have no more place where to put this stuff. So I was adding planches on my wall. Wherever I could, I was just putting planches so I could store something. Even in rooms of my kids, there are stuff because I have no more space. So it's like frustrating, and then I come with an idea, and then it's like, okay, but I can't do it anymore. I don't have the place, so let me finish my house. There I have all the place, and then I can start doing things again. And also, partly it's now, I think, I'm developing other channels, so, and I'm still working on little toys. So I still do some animation, but it's just little toy stuff. It's like, I don't know. I want maybe to do Titan humor again, but I'm not sure yet. They need to be small stories then, and it's something that can be done where I don't need much space. But definitely not Minecraft for the moment. It's also, things have been up and down, and Little Toys was always my main channel, and when the Copa thing came, but actually before, the channel got a kick in the butt, and then it wasn't doing anymore the way it was doing. So the guys who were animating for me, I said, you cannot, I don't need your content anymore. You can't produce. So I was like saving my own, what can I do to save my own butt? And then I started doing other projects, but in the end, nothing worked. Little Toys came back to life. Yeah, it's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, really.
It has been very stressful since July here. So that's why I also can't set my mind on making a passionate project. As much as I want, I just can't. Because, money must come in. It's coming. It's okay. but there has been a period where it was, was really bad. Now it's fine, but the thing is, when you do this, let's say self-employed, you have 3 kids to feed, a house to pay off. It's never enough. Knowing how much YouTube can generate you, it's like, and knowing myself, it is like, the more is better, then let's go for it now, and you save it for the bad times.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that keeps me away from being an artist and being really original, creative, and passionate about things. And just now make the content that people are going to watch. It doesn't need to be quality. It is now this.
Well, I mean, but if that's where you're getting your money from, that's what you have to do. But it's still quality content, and people are enjoying it. So really, it's a win-win for everybody.
Well, if I compare, let's say, my brick building to compare to the copycats who try to do, there are channels that they want to be like Little Toys, or they copy stuff from Little Toys, or there are people who make similar, let's say, for this type of content that is purely for money. I can say that Little Toys is absolutely top quality compared to their stuff. By me, at least, when the figures walk, they walk. By them, they just they don't even move the legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I think one of the things you mentioned when you were speaking to Austin on the Emotion Talks podcast a couple of years back is something like you drain creativity on keeping an income. It's hard to be creative when you're worried about trying to get the views in order to get the money in
order
to pay
support your family.
Yeah, exactly, and it can be tough being creative and trying to make a bunch of money at the same time.
Yeah, that's definitely difficult. However, there is this thing, and YouTube is such a weird place. Once you see, well, sometimes quality pays off, and sometimes not. And there is also this whole thing how YouTube want. They want, you get the momentum, and then you need to keep uploading to keep up that momentum. Because when you stop uploading, you lose your momentum. So if after a while you upload a new video, it won't do so good. And it's so the Little Toys needed like every week 2 new videos, and because that's what the audience wanted, and that's why and it was getting a lot of views every time because you had this momentum. Little Toys, not Little Toys, Titan Humor. When I was active with that, like every 2 weeks something new, it was working because it had this momentum. It was constant new content. When I just stopped with uploading and I made a longer break, even if YouTube said, the people from YouTube said, no, it doesn't matter if you go on a holiday, if you came back, your audience is there for you and they will watch. That is complete, not always the truth. It just doesn't work always like that. Especially with certain audiences, they are just quickly bored, and there is so much competition in brick filming. There has been a time when I started Titan Humor, it was you had so many channels like that. There were like, let's say, Michael Hitchcock ripoffs. Titan Humor is exactly, it's inspired by Michael Hitchcock. I didn't want to copy him, so I was like making original ideas. But there were many who just completely took his ideas, they made their own, and, they were getting tens of million views. Some of them, reached over the 100 million. There were people who copied my ideas, and their videos got more views than mine. It was like killing. But that was like a period in 2018 or it was before Spider-Man and Elsa Gate, because those videos were also becoming ridiculous. With the needles in the asses, that's what was also with Lego brick films, they were doing that. So that was that time in 2008, I think 2018 or 17, before the whole Spider-Man and Elsa Gate came.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but I'm trying to think of the saying, when somebody copies you, it's the greatest form of
flattery.
Flattery, but it is hard to see people, taking your ideas and how you do things and making, more money, more views. But I mean, that's YouTube, and you don't really know how certain things work out the way they do.
It depends, for what they do. Look, if they would copy SS5 moccasin and they would, try to be artistic, and you see that it is with an artistic intention, then it's fine. That's a compliment. But when you know that creator doesn't create content for the love of they do share passion for this. Absolutely. You ain't gonna make Lego brick films for the money if you don't have the passion, because you can play games and you're gonna make 3-4 times more money with it. So, but it is perhaps easier for some to do this than games, and competition is much smaller on brick films than on games, while it is still very profitable. But when they copy your ideas pure out of greed, then I think all those pretty words that we should not teach our kids. But
right, yeah. You have people that actually literally steal your video too, and we have to always look out for those.
Exactly, the thumbnail as well.
Yeah.
They just recreated the video. There were a couple creators. They did that. They created video. There was one who literally created the same thing, just different characters, and that's it.
Wow.
The channel was meant to be a complete copy of Little Toys. And the other guy, he used the same title idea. He made the video different, but his thumbnail was pretty much the same as mine. He just created himself, but there was nothing, just, why they do. If they see a video that 3 million views, and then 3 weeks later you see, the guy who has reputation for making, videos that aren't so really creative, or you see that he wants also the money, then you know how the game is going. I just don't say anything to them. It's not, I'm just now here opening my heart. Those who know, they will know who I mean. But
yeah, you have to look up. We found this one channel where he actually used a different thumbnail and a different title to make you think it was some other video, and then you clicked on it, and it was literally someone else's video he stole. We found one or two. I think Maxime Marion. He had literally used his video, and I had to let him know about it so that he could go to YouTube and have it taken off. But I mean, that's just
sometimes, that's bad. Look, I have also videos of others, but on Titan Humor. But that's a deal you make. On Titan Pictures, I had some videos of others, but that's a deal you make. That's a different thing. That's you promote others, or you have like Titan Humor. It's an agreement for sharing the income. But that's different. But when they really steal your stuff, that's bad. I think I also got in the comments sometimes in Twitter, what will you do if I upload your video to my channel? I said, that's not nice. What will you do?
And I'd have YouTube take it down, that's all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't say that because, we'll make him more angry. I just play stupid. I just don't react, and I wait for the system to say, "Hey, this guy re-uploaded your stuff. Okay, take it down." And then you get a message. Hey, YouTube put a strike on my channel. Please remove the copyright. Hell yeah. No way. Go make your own stuff. It's okay that we steal our own ideas, and there was this period, a lot of guys, they stole so many ideas of Michael Hitchcock, and or are inspired by it. It's the way you want to see it. That's fine. That happens everywhere. That happens in music, but at least the product is different. It is something you did it yourself, even if you had to steal a little bit from somebody else. But the whole thing is new, not just re-upload and then cry, hey, revoke the copyright strike. That doesn't go like that.
Is there the subscribers you have for Titan Humor and Titan Pictures? Is it do you know if it's like a different group of people watching it? Is it having them split onto two channels proven to be helpful, or do you wish you just would have kept putting the Titan Humor type videos on Titan Pictures?
No, they are two different groups. It's totally different. And some things could have worked as well. That, let's say, some videos that are for Titan Humor could have worked on Titan Pictures.
Like Fight
but
Club,
I felt it was I thought it was better to have a separate channel for the comedy brick films, because this attracts a different audience than Minecraft. I was like saying to Tracer Films, and that was a time when I just didn't want to do Minecraft. We need to get rid of the Minecraft subscribers, because this is just bad for the channel if we want to make something else. But the thing is, the way YouTube works, how can I explain this? There are different groups. They watch different things. So if I would serve the Minecraft audience, the Titan Picture people audience, subscribers, a Lego camping, which I actually did, and it worked. So this is also something, I know there are two different audiences, but it could have worked. And I felt in that time it was better to have a separate channel for that, because you will attract a different audience, the people that just don't like Titan Pictures because it's known for Minecraft. So now we can attract an audience that doesn't know anything about Titan Pictures nor Minecraft. So they are completely fresh. They think it's a whole new thing. And I've seen that people that were, let's say, putting comments on Titan Humor, I haven't seen them on Titan Pictures, and vice versa. So there are two different groups.
Okay.
Absolutely. There is an overlap, but the majority is different.
That's interesting.
Well, it obviously has worked, because all of your channels are extremely successful. So yeah, obviously you figured it out, and it's working great for you. I'm happy for you.
It is a bit like, every channel is like a genre, a niche in its own. What I did with Titan Pictures isn't something, you should do. Okay, if you want to express yourself artistically and passionate, don't care about to make a living out of it, then it's fine. Then do whatever you want. That doesn't matter, because you will have people, even if you have 5,000 subscribers, they're gonna love it. You're gonna have a lot of love from them, and that's what you need when you do it out of passion. You need this. That is the reward that comes, not the money. When it's for the money, you need to play it smart. How can you have the biggest impact, and reach the audience the best. So once you find them, that they will come and decide to stay on your channel, because this is the content that they want to watch. They are into funny brick films that, from time to time you serve them something else. Could be. And actually it worked for Titan Pictures. Mostly were Minecraft, but I put the Minions, I put a Mr. Bean, I put Ghostbusters. Really, I hated to make that thing, but it did 2.3 million views. So, and it was crazy what it was doing per hour. It was like 10,000 views per hour, and it was like, I never seen this before. So, so it could work, but I think that was in the earlier days where there were not so many channels. There was like smaller, it was a different time. When Titan Humor came, that came because you had this competition started to develop. You suddenly had more Michael Hitchcock inspired channels. And therefore, that was the choice to go with the flow, to go with their own channel and get that audience, what they are getting, get that to that channel. And they do one thing, so let's have a channel that just also does one thing, and then hopefully they also will watch me, and hopefully YouTube will suggest my videos next to videos of those channels. And it more or less it worked like that. Yeah.
I noticed a strategy, or something on one of your, I think it was the Lego camping video. It looked like it was almost 3 videos put into one video.
Yeah, that's for a reason.
Yeah, can you go into that?
That is because we animators are really, well, I think you heard the words, but we are literally, punished by YouTube when it comes for us having an income, because videos after 10 minutes can have mid-rolls. You can have like in the middle or anywhere in you want, or even every minute if you want, can have an ad. And it's funny. When I didn't know for this, I had this Minecraft movie which was 1 hour long. I had just only an advertisement in the beginning. Then I spoke with my manager, a YouTube guy, person from and a partner program manager from YouTube. He said, you know what you should do? You should enable mid-rolls. And I did that. And my Minecraft movie was getting, like 50,000 views a day.
Wow.
And I enabled the mid-rolls, and my income doubled overnight.
Wow.
That's
and
cool.
that was just crazy. It was like it was a little bit more than doubled because there were more ads than just two, but it was crazy, and that was the strategy. And I was doing that on Little Toys. Little Toys, you have 10-minute compilations. It's just the audience wanted that. Everybody else was doing that, and it helped also that the watch time was longer. So if your watch time is longer, then more likely YouTube will promote that video. So, and you have a mid-roll, and they watch longer, and you have a mid-roll, so YouTube is loving it, your wallet is loving it, the audience is loving it. It's a win-win-win situation. Can't go wrong. It turns out that on Titan Humor, this audience is more critical. They are older, therefore they understand this better. Therefore they remember better the previous video. On Little Toys it worked because it was just a huge audience, and they were just much younger. So therefore they didn't remember so good. And besides, I see my daughters. They are 4 and 5, and they can rewatch the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
it's just,
true.
The smaller kids just work like this. And I was also like this when I was younger, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could rewatch one thing over and over again. Didn't bother me. But with Titan Humor, I think that there is like a lot of mixed audience. But I think that the audience that really makes the difference for your video, that gives the video the punch you need to shine on YouTube, is just noticing that, hey, this next video. But it worked for some other creators. So you have this again, but from me. It's trial and error. It may work, it may not work, and then I look for a theory behind it, and I'm often right, but sometimes I just overthink. But I could have not do it. Maybe I had more views, maybe I have less views. I don't know. I did it the way I did it. I took my chances. I took the gamble. This is what it is. Will I do it again? Probably not on Titan Humor.
Do you have a strategy as to whether to allow comments or not?
Yes. There is a list of selected words that will be took out, so these comments will not be visible. If people say something bad and it is reasonable, I'll let it go. If it's really a curse word that comes through, then they get out. Lately, I haven't checked the comments, but when I was active, yes, and. Mostly what I was doing when the video was new, I was like 24 hours in the beginning active, looking at them and trying to reply and as much as I could. And then as the days passed, I was like taking more and more distance from it. And then once in a while I go back to it and I read it, and then I find nice surprises sometimes. Really, it's like, oh, wow, why haven't I seen this comment?
What about disabled comments, like kids' videos and stuff? Is there a strategy when to have that active or not?
For kids' videos, I the comments on kids' videos, they were mostly just nonsense. There was just like randomly typed letters. There were some nice comments that I love your videos. There were like from, let's say, 2% of the comments were really nice to hear. People really loved it. And I do see that from the community tab. That's like when I put a picture of and then I get to see comments there. And then you have people who really put a nice comment that they love it. But most of the time it's just nonsense. So it's okay not to have it there. Just a part of the strategy not to have it.
Okay.
Something I'm gonna just completely jump off track here, and I don't know if you have this video listed, and I don't know the name of it. It was probably on Titan Humor, the pizza one, where the truck is out and people are going up to the truck to get pizzas.
I think that's like 24 million views.
Yeah, that's on Titan Humor. I can't believe it got so much. I think the thumbnail is bad. So I was like, this is a very bad thumbnail compared to all the thumbnails that I make. This is like, and I think that the first thumbnail was even worse. So I changed it to I had a very good thumbnail, and I changed it to that one, and it suddenly started to work better. The video, I think, in the end makes no sense at all, but it got 24 million. I don't know. Can you explain it? I can't.
Well, you know what? This is a perfect example of where you add amazing special effects where you don't expect it. And when he's heating up the pizza, and you actually see the pizza heating up and bubbling up.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Maybe that's it.
It was amazing. I'd never seen that before, and I was like, wow, it's such a great idea. I'm surprised I haven't seen that before, but it's those kind of details and wonderful special effects that you add that really just take your videos to the next level.
Is that like a warping effect in After Effects?
Yeah, this, how you call it, this, it's not a warp, it is, I don't know the word anymore for it. It's
same thing you used for like...
distortion, it is distortion.
Distortion. You used it for like Batman's stomach rumbling at one point in a Batman video.
And the thing is, you notice those details, and it's funny, I just take them for granted. It's like, obviously it's that. But maybe those little things, they make the difference. And me, I don't even notice that because, like, duh. It had to be there. It's like, I do things, from my heart, I don't even think about it. It's like, okay, the pizza, how am I going to show that the pizza is baking? Okay, put the distortion effect, duh.
Nice.
But now I hear how the audience reacts on this, and it's like, okay, wait. There is more emotion to this than I think myself, perhaps, and that's maybe that's why. Maybe I'm too harsh on my own content, and could be.
Yeah, no, the details are wonderful and very much noticed and appreciated.
Another one of your videos, I think it was a Lego VR game. Did you use a DSLR for that, or did you use a different, like a webcam?
Webcam.
Okay, so you use that, and that's how you were able to give that feel. Yeah, that's definitely when the webcam comes in good. The first-person stuff works that way. Yeah,
it works so perfect. And you can put the focus completely very close when you switch to manual. Yeah, you can hold your finger in front of it, and it will adjust the focus to it. Crisp and sharp. It's perfect for this first-person videos. Yeah, it's fantastic. I had some ideas to do more with it, but it will have to wait. But I can understand why that did well. Because the camera angle, the experience to experience it, it's seeing like this. It's like there are some brick films who show this first-person perspective. But there is no video who puts so much emphasis on this, like this one. And you see the hands and the fighting with the sword, and it's synchronized to when the skeleton gets hit, it's all synchronized. It's all matching. All those details. Yes, I know. I put details into this. That I can understand why I do. I would be like devastated if that just did a couple thousand views, because it was one of those videos I made for money, but I knew I will have to put effort in this to make it work. because it's easy to make it not work. And then I give myself a bit more time, and then this comes out. I was very, very happy with it.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
Yeah, awesome. What frame rate are you using now, and what have you used in the past?
I started with 5.8
Yeah.
SS5 Moccasin from 2002 was, I think, 8 frames per second, and then I started to doing 15. So when I started with Turtles, or actually when I just came back into animating in 2010, was 15 for a very long time, and and then I switched to 12. And it was funny how I did this. I spoke with YouTube, and they said, you need to find a way to make your content faster, quicker. I was like, but how can I make stop motion faster? You know, he said, you need to find a way to do it. And I was like, okay, I can drop the frame rate. Like that, I you know, you should, you know, like 20, 15% less frames.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make it faster. Before it took a day, and now it can go very fast. And I was like, but it's gonna look choppy. It's not gonna look good. That's drop in quality. But I was like, and Tom Evans, Fulcrum Creature, he was doing some videos for me, and I told him, well, let's do it 12, and he liked that idea very much. He said, yeah, that's what I also do, because it's also more choppy. You don't need to worry about the fluency. It looks like more. It suits stop motion well. And we looked at it, and I was like, yeah, this is actually quite good at 12, and like that it just stayed just now 12. And when sometimes 24 when it's fast-paced moves, then I do that at 24, but mostly just 12.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, that works.
Good.
It works, right?
Quick question about the name Titan. Is that after the moon, or is it where Thanos is from?
It's from the moon indeed. when you have seen Titan, when you have seen Martian Gothic 1, the intro is like the Titan moon and Titan picture spins around. It was like Universal. It was inspired by Universal Pictures, but Titan, yeah, the planet. There it comes from. This is what inspired me to choose the name. Later I had like, oh, why the heck I took Titan? Now everybody thinks I'm some Titan, some big hotshot. It really, this name still bugs me, you know. It's like, yeah, I see, because I had this arrogance in the past. So it's like, there, you know, he's some Titan, he's some, but I'm not, you know, I'm absolutely not a Titan. It's just that the name Titan comes from the moon.
Well, it's my favorite moon in the solar system, so that's cool.
Well, it's possible to live on. I think they have been on Expanse. They've been on Titan. So I was like, yeah, they are on Titan. Oh, no, they were on Titan or Europa. One of the two.
Well, that's it's
I
one
don't
of my
remember
favorite
which
places in the
moon
solar
they've been,
system.
but Titan was possible that we could live on. I think that was.
I think it has the air pressure,
Europa,
just not the
Expanse.
oxygen, and it's cold.
I'd like it.
No, it's real cold.
Yeah, well,
like negative 100 or 200.
Like we can terraform Mars, you know. It's like that. These things kept me busy, though. Those space things, and then therefore, you know, Mars. Therefore, I made Martian Gothic. I played the game, liked it, and later, you know, up recently, I wanted to make a remake, but we spent like months writing it with Tracer Film. It became just a bit too ambitious, very too ambitious. But it was nice what was on paper, but just too big to make.
You know, another one of your brick films. Not sure when you released it, but it's your World War II, 1944 France.
Oh yeah.
I really dug that one. That was really cool. I think it was one of the brick films of the month when it came out.
Yeah.
And used a bit of Mega Bloks parts in it and some third-party printed Legos. Does that sound right?
Kobe. I was Kobe. The tanks were from Kobe. The stone parts were from also Kobe.
Oh, okay.
Or oak Mega Bloks. Yeah, it could be some flowers came From Mega Bloks. It was a mixed bag. It was Kobe, Mega Bloks, and Lego. Yeah.
Well,
but the vehicles were from Kobe.
Well, they all played well together. No Lego reference there, but yeah, I really liked that one. It had good action, good sound effects, and the scenery was really, really nice. And I like that Kobe tank. That's nice. I like that.
They are very good, and they are affordable. If you have like. You have other brands that sell official Lego. Let's say they sell Lego tanks. They assemble those sets themselves, and but it's like $200 for a tank. It's like, no way, we're gonna pay for that. But Kobe had them like for $40, so it was affordable and was just doable. They were good. They are a bit too big, but it worked. So yeah, I wanted to make more war movies, but there was one thing that I really felt bothered about. In the comments, people were saying, "Oh, he said it's a Sherman tank. It's not a Sherman tank." There was like controversy. At some point, he said it's a German tank, but for some it sounds like Sherman tank. And I was like pissed off. I was like, how can you think I would put that guy to say Sherman tank? I didn't say anything in the comments. So now those people who read, they can feel my emotion on this. I was really, and then you had comments, but how there were like people were really nitpicking on small details, on which gun they were using, on this, on that. I was like, Peep, I don't make any war videos anymore. Well, there was a lot of praise, but there were just some comments. I was like, I don't need this, You need to take it with the grain of salt. You can't make it realistic. And I don't know about this so much. There is this guy, Brick Dictator. He makes wonderful, or he used to make wonderful war movies. Now there is a different guy, LCM Studios or something. He makes also cool stuff. They understand this better. Fine, they can maybe deal better with that criticism. Me not. So I was like, this was one and the last one. But when I make a lot of mistakes, on Mega Bloks, and nobody complains there. So that was like, oh yeah, maybe should do more Mega Bloks, because there I felt really praise, no comments on those details, So I was like, rewarding a lot.
It's kind of wild how there's so many different types of audience and viewers that you'll get different comments based on the genre of the viewer in a way.
Yeah, there was later supposed to be a channel pure for war brick films. They got rebranded into something else. It's now a gaming channel. And it was supposed to be a war videos channel, but because of comments like this, I was like, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it,
So curious, when you're animating, if you listen to anything like music, podcast, TV, or just if you like to animate in silence.
That depends. I notice that when it is silent, when I'm really alone home, I prefer to hear nothing. Then I can concentrate better. I used to listen to your podcasts, and it distracts a bit, but it was very inspiring, very how you say it? Very inspiring, very exciting to hear what the others do, and to hear their voices, and how other brick filmers do this, and how they think, and what they do better, what they do worse, and yeah, like that, it's like, the podcast was like, it's nice to, and then I listen also to music, which is usually trance, old school trance, but it is so fast paced that I get like, psychedelic from it, like, okay, get out, I need some rest. Now I have to do something, to listen to something, because the kids are at home, so I can choose to listen to their screaming or loud laughing or music. So But I wait for the day they are gone.
Trust me, that goes by really fast. So, yeah, time flies when you have kids.
Yeah, but more when they go back to school and kindergarten.
There you go.
Then I have like couple hours a day where it's pure silence and no headphone, nothing on my head. Nothing. I notice that I work faster then.
Huh. Yeah. Got to stay focused.
Yeah. Well, lately it goes. I think it has been such a long time that I have not animated. And now I decided to go back to little toys. So I make just only one video a week. And I'm so motivated, so focused that I'm able to make 2 minutes animation in 4 hours. It goes really fast.
Nice.
Before it took a whole day, and now it's 8 hours. That's a day of working. So before it was 8 hours. Now, in 6 hours I have it edited and ready and scheduled for the date I want. So yeah.
Cool.
Well, I think with our time difference, we will wrap this up.
Okay.
But I mean, I want to first thank you for all of the incredible content that you put on all of your channels. I mean, it's hard enough for a lot of people just to do one. The fact that you're putting that kind of content on 4 channels and you're so successful is beyond impressive and amazing. And thank you for
Keep
that.
them coming.
Yeah.
But well, thank you for saying that. It's like I think I said this also, before we spoke. This maybe helps me to find a bit some motivation. Open my eyes and when you do this alone, you get comments. Getting comments is one thing, but hearing it like from you, from 2 people who really are into this. You watch so much stuff. You're in the Brick Filmers Guild, which it means something. You keep all the people together. You know almost everything about the people. You knew some stuff about me that I forgot about my past, about lighting. So coming this from you means really a lot. It's really like, okay, somebody injected a needle in my butt with motivation in it. And it's like, okay, I still don't know what I want to do, but I take it really to my heart, and it's like, okay, maybe I should not give it up. Don't give it up. Go for it. Go follow your heart and mix it with the commercial benefit, because somehow it seems I can do it. So why not? So thank you for this. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for willing to listen to me for 3 hours almost.
Well, it's our pleasure. And we're happy
2 hours.
Happy to have you come back, and we'll inject you in your butt with more motivation anytime you want, because it pays off for everybody. You're also our first podcast that we've done on Google Hangouts.
Cool.
So I mean, and I think it's we can hear you perfectly. So hopefully,
worked great.
we might have to do this with other people in the future, because this has really been a great experience.
The thing is, we all have a Google account. We all,
Exactly.
YouTubers have Google accounts. So, and this is part of Google. I use like everything that Google offers, their doc, their sheets. Yeah, it's like my whole office runs on Google stuff.
Yeah, I think we might have to do all of them. I mean, I think this has been really easy and great, so no problem. It doesn't cut out, and this might be the start of something wonderfully new. So thank you for that as well.
You can share screens. What I can do sometimes, I'm like logged in from 2 devices to the same session, because with one I need to share a screen, and with my phone I'm talking. So I'm also seeing myself there. And it's you can nice. Join as one user from multiple devices a session. It's really, YouTube is using this as well for the research, what they do every time. So yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it's the first time I've ever done it, so this has been very cool for me, and I'm really thrilled with how well it's worked. So yes, I think this will be the start of our new way of doing podcasts.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. That I contributed this by Yeah, by need. Sorry, it didn't work out with my microphone, but
yeah, no, I don't. I mean, like I said, we have never been able to do that either. I still don't know Discord as well as I should, even though we have a Discord, Brick Filmers Guild and the other things. But we're learning, Hey, better late than never, I always say.
I'll tell you honestly, I have not even idea what a Discord is. I know it exists, but why would you use it? Maybe because I'm not so much communicating with people. I just use my Hangouts and that's it.
We had our Discord room for the Brickfilmers Guild for a couple of years, but didn't bother to open it up till recently, and it was mainly just so we could have at least a two-way conversation with the members. The way our website works is it's really just one directional. So it was a good way to get the communication going both directions.
Yeah, it's really been nice to be able to communicate with the members, and also, everybody's very supportive. People ask for ideas, and people are always willing to help. And we recently, because I felt the need for it, added a voice acting section for people that are looking for voice actors or willing to give their own services, and that has been very helpful. And I get so happy to see everybody using it, so it's really been nice.
From that point, it's interesting. It's like integration. I think to me it's like an integration of a chat room to your platform, to your website. But you can also, as I see, you can be a bit anonymous. You can use your own identity, your own username. Like I use here something else. So I see it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, we try to do whatever we can to help people out and to let other people help other people. So, it's a big community and everybody's so nice. So, yeah, the more access people have to getting other people to help them, the better for everyone.
Yeah, I think it's important for the community. I don't know how it is now. Before we had forums, now it's more Twitter, but I feel like Twitter is very, decentralized and very, sometimes a bit cold. Sometimes it is not, like back in the days you had brickfilms.com, then you have Bricks in Motion, and now you have so many others. But then you have creators who are very present on YouTube, but they don't know anything about the community, or they don't give anything about the community. They are not on Twitter, not at all. So these are people you never spoke with, but yet their videos made hundreds of million views. So and then you have people who are really doing this to do it as a community, and that's very important for them to have like this central place. And I think Brick Filmers Guild the name is very good. It's like, I always felt like, I'm joining a film guild. I'm now part of the guild, and the Brick Filming Guild, and that felt like something. That's
awesome. Thank you.
So having this, I think, it brings all those people together, and you have a huge list of brick filmers, almost all of them. So
we're trying to help educate, help connect, and help promote.
Yep.
And you do that well. What I like is every month you pick a couple best brick films, and me not always having the time to watch and go through all of them. It's you have so many. There are so many wonderful creators, with 500 or 200 subscribers, but you know them. You know them. I don't know them. I know the guys with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who copy my stuff. That don't care about me. I don't care about them. But then you have so many wonderful people like, okay, wait, they can make such wonderful things where, we all can learn from, and you highlight that, and that's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's always it's amazing to see these people that don't have very many views that create these brilliant brick films. And you're like, how do you not have more views on that? So,
they should have the millions, but they just end up with a handful, 1,000, 3,000, and well, that's it. Well, the potential is much bigger, but that's also part of strategy. That's if maybe they knew a little bit better how YouTube works, that could maybe help them. But then again, it's still also that luck part. It's still, I try to crack it, but over the years I came like sometimes to a conclusion that it's also a bit of luck.
Right, and especially because it keeps changing all the time too.
But when you think you figured it out, it changes.
Right, exactly.
Once you figure it out, it's different the next day.
Exactly.
It's not too literal, but it feels like this. It's like, you're fighting a giant. It's David and the Goliath, and I'm the David, and I'm battling the Goliath. And you hate it, you love it, and I hate YouTube for a lot of things, but I also love them for a lot of other things. And yeah, you have this battle with them. You're never gonna win, never. But
right. Keep fighting.
You can take as much as you can from it and take it for granted. Be thankful that it worked. You could stab them from once in a while. You can stab them, and the coins are coming out, ching 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 ching, like that.
Occasionally it happens.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I want to wish you and your family continued good health and safety during these difficult times that we're all having right now.
Thank you. Yeah. You as well. Stay healthy. I think it's crazy how it is now in the United States. It went really out of hand. But so be careful.
Yes. Thank you.
And stay healthy.
Thank you, and you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing everything you do on all your channels. We'll make sure everybody has all of the links to see your brilliant work. And
cool.
Yeah, you're welcome to come back anytime. You were fun and a pleasure to chat with. Yeah, thanks for all the wonderful information.
And thank you for the invitation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much to Patryk for spending so much time with us, and thanks to everyone who stuck with us through this entire podcast. Please check out our sponsors and partners on the Brick Filmers Guild homepage, and don't forget to check out all of Patryk's amazing YouTube channels and other social media sites. All of his links will be written in the description under the video. We want to give a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters: Spuggastu, Frame 5 Studios, Mind Game Studios, Dark Dragon Films, Forest Fire 101, Spencer Katz, Paganimation, and William Osborne. You guys really inspire us to keep creating more of these in-depth conversations with the world's great brick filmers. If you would like to sponsor one of our podcasts, please contact me through one of our social media sites. The sponsors we have are always brick film related and are products that we use ourselves and highly recommend. We would like to thank Kevin MacLeod for his wonderful music, which we use for our podcasts and in our brick films. If you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, or YouTube, please like or rate, comment, and share on your social media. We'd really appreciate that. So, until next time, bye y'all.